ready to be transported to the 60s. Hello and welcome to another weekly homework. This time we are going to be looking at the Motown groove, which is its own distinctive drum beats and sounds. Now it's actually called the heartbeat, and I will tell you why, but people call it the Motown groove, because that's where it bloomed. I'm obviously referring to the Motown record label, home to many classic artists such as Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, Stevie Wonder, Billy Michael Jackson, as well as Four Tops and Diana Ross. Obviously, there is so much more artists, but we must move on to the beats. This is what I'm talking about when I say Motown. What's good about this beat is that this beat is extremely simple. You don't need to learn a lot with these bends. For this beat, the most important aspect is the kick. The snare and head are merely extras in this case, as the real core of this beat is the kick. In this pattern, we have 3 kicks playing quarter notes each on the pulse. The last 2 beats are on the off beats. So we essentially quickly jump from a kick on the pulse into 2 off-beat kicks. Think of it as sliding out of it and back in beat. The snare is on all quarter notes, and the hats are playing 8th notes. This is really the foundation, as all the others are just simple variations. Of course, in this case I used a snare, but in a lot of Motown tracks, it's actually the rim shot that makes up majority of the groove. It's the same rhythm though. Also, I included a ride cymbal for more impact, while of course remaining the same. Okay, now this is the beat, where the name heartbeat comes from. It's actually a variation, but it's what kind of follows the pattern. Everything in regard to snares and heads are the same, but the kick only comes in at the end, on the off beats. You see, all this is supposed to resemble the beating of a heart, hence the 2 kicks before the loop. Kind of makes sense now, right? Really, the 2 kicks at the end is really what makes up the qualities of this pattern. Not everything has to be on pulse. You can just do it on the off beats. You might remember this from the reggae video we did, where everything is not on 1 and 3 as normal. I mean, in this case, and with nearly all genres, the kick begins on 1. But you can have it delayed to amplify the off-beat aspect. We are back into rim shots and drive cymbals. Same deal, but only the first and third off-beat kicks are used, creating more space. I'll show you it, but with the snare this time. The heartbeat sound doesn't have to be right at the end. In this one, the kick is bang on beat 1, and the other kick is right at the end, just a fraction before the loop. It's an alternative of the same rhythm. And now with the crash cymbal on beat 1. Hats are not forgotten. You can simply have a quarter note hat pattern, while double kicks are used. This is super important, because a number of tracks use this as a drum intro. You could say this is the double heartbeat. And now to finish with the infamous fill. I could talk about all the fills and things like that, but really this one is the only one you need to know. I listened to so many tracks from Motown artists, especially in the 60s, and no matter how many times I listened, even though a part of me thought there was a different fill, it always ended up aligning with this infamous fill. So I will talk about it. Let's play it first. This one is unique because I introduced some toms to the party, particularly the high and low tom. The first beat, which is at the start, uses the high tom on the kick, the real bone of the fill. What follows is 2 snares rolling into the final snare. So 3 in total, but 2 are used to roll into the final snare, which is the impact of the fill, so the anticipation. Lastly, in the off beats, is the final kick and low tom, the home aspect of the fill, ready to go into the crash or the main pattern. Let's hear it in the context of a crash cymbal and one of the main patterns in question. Honestly, don't be alarmed, that's really it. It's really the one fill that defines the Motown sound. Let's hope you got something today. Like before, your task is to make a track using this pattern. Now this bit is a little more specific, but it does not limit you into the possibilities you can do with this pattern. To make an effective beat, you may need to use more than just kick, snare and closed hand, but it's not an issue if you don't. As I've said before, good luck and let's hope you come up with something good. Bye.